going to be day one, a violent vertical edge setter.
I see some gas off the edge. Get that mindset to put your shoulder on somebody. Dig, drop. You're finished. Hey, first down. This is weird. It worse than last time.
Hey, what are you guys doing here, man? This is great. Welcome to the After Hours Jets Fest, where mental defective people like ourselves continue to talk about the Jets, even though we just talked about the Jets for 2 straight hours. After watching, 3 to 7 hours of videos after the live stream we did from 9:15 to 10:30 this morning. After doing the same thing yesterday. Here we are. Yay! All right. Let's see who's in here tonight. Let me pop it right into that. Hey, there he is. He did it again. That's right. Streak starts again. Jay-Z holds the record. He's like, like when there's like a champion on Jeopardy. That's Jay-Z for GreenBean streams. He's first. Every couple last couple weeks, right? He's kind of fell. He's number 3, number 4. He's in there. He's always in the top 5 or 6, but he's usually number 1. You're back. It's good to see. Super Bowl in 2023. I'll take that, Jay-Z. That's good. Hank loves some after hours action. Who doesn't, Hank? Right, man? We all love a little after hours action. None of us get any. Evidenced by our presence here tonight. It's 10:28. I started 5 minutes early because, dude, why not? You know what I mean? Why not, Hank? You know what I'm saying? I was sitting here, I was looking. I mean, I could have did a couple things, but I was like, you know what? I'm going. I'm doing it. I'm just going to do it. So, yeah. All right. R&R's here. R&R, I've asked you this before, but I don't recall the answer. Are you the same R&R that I talked to on Twitter? Is that you? You bust my balls sometimes? You come in, you pop in, you're like, hey, you're wrong. Yeah, is that you? I'd like to connect if you are. I'd like to connect the two. It's like I'm GreenBean on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, here. But you guys aren't. It's like John Jingleheimer on Twitter is Bill XYZ on Instagram. And over here, he's Jets Forever. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it goes. I don't know who the hell anybody is. Hard, man. It's hard to figure it out. Yeah, there you go. Right, there you go. I'm good. I hope you got Hawk. Let me know in the comment. What snacks did you get? Is it an apple with a little bit of low-fat peanut butter? Maybe PB2? Little peanut butter dust for your apple slice? Or is it Cheese Whiz and Ritz? Or maybe it's cheese sticks on a sub roll with mayo. Who knows? Let me know. Rico's here. Me and Rico and I, we had a good conversation in the last stream, didn't we, buddy? Talked centers for a while. Rico's a good man. He removed his name from the T-shirt qualifier on our Talking Jets panel earlier. And he gave it to Sergeant Cavo. He said, hey, Sergeant Cavo's, he's another guy who's here all the time. I'd like to give my qualification to him. So, hey, I'm all about service, my friend. You know this, and I appreciate that. Ooh, the dogs are fighting. Eric Gregg, 160 days till 20. Yeah, that's right. Well, we got Eric. We got fun stuff to do before then, though. Don't forget. We got the draft, April 26th, Talking Jets panel. O'Leary, Ryan, myself, plus every other Jets content creator for the most part. I mean, we don't have everybody confirmed, but I'd say 8 out of 10. They're going to hop in at some point with us. We do all 3 days from beginning to end, and it's hard. I'm exhausted by the end. Every year, I'm like, oh, my God, I can't. Last year, we didn't have any picks in the 5th, 6th, and 7th round. We were still live. You know how brutal that was? We were talking French fries. Oh, my God, we were crazy. Racing Jason's here. Doing good, buddy. I hope you're doing well, too, man. Anders is here. Always good to see Anders. I know. I agree with you, man. In JD, we trust. Listening to him is so good. We can go back. You guys want to spend some time listening to the JD presser and the solo presser. We could do that tonight if you want. I mean, dude, we're just chilling. That's what the After Hours show is so good at. Pork roll and eggs on a toast. Jesus, Virginia Hawk. That's not a snack, buddy. That's Taco Bell's fourth meal. You know? Fourth meal. Fucking excellent. It's Taylor Ham, though. Stop it. All right. Milk Thumbs, Brian Turner. Everybody, don't forget, man. You know, it's one of the things that you can help the channel with. It's real easy. There's like really 3 things, right? And I'll add a 4th. Milk Thumbs, which is the thumbs up button. Subscribing, which is easy. It's right there. You can join the Beanbagger. I'm sorry. Well, you can join the Stream Beaners, that's the one that gives you all the fun emojis and stuff like that. And for the live streams. And then you got the Beanbaggers, which is the baddest ass group in the world. I mean, there's like, what is there? 56 of us in there right now, I think. 56 Beanbaggers, all different tiers and levels. We do, I mean, tomorrow night we're meeting for a surprise classic rewatch game. Right, Aurora, Metal Kid. Aurora, hey, did you get your stuff yet? I sent it out. When did I? Oh, it was only shipped yesterday, so no, you didn't get it. But Taylor Ham, right on. Aurora, our last week's winner of the Liquid IV pack. Yeah, man. Metal Gears, what are you doing awake? What are you doing awake, Metal Kid? You're not supposed to be up right now. He's cheating. Go to sleep. It's because I'm not there. Banging on his door going, go to sleep. That's what that is. It's the first thing I hear. What, Taylor Ham? What's he talking about, Metal Kid? This Metal Kid here. Hey, what's up, Mercy Fate? Good to see you. Mercy Fate, Jets Forever's Green Heart. K Yeti's here. Brian Turner, right. Aurora, right on, man. Squirmy Weasel, right. Cyrus is here. Snowball's here. Yeah, man. Right. Hawk, well, let's talk about that. And you guys can let me know about the, I'm going to catch up a little bit. I see Rico, R&R, Hawk, Eric. FM's back with us. Good to see you, man. Ricky's here. So you're the same name on Twitter. Hey, Bob's here. What's up? Hey, DK, congrats on 1,000 subs, my good friend. It's a big one, man. It's the hardest subs to get. That's the hardest threshold to break. I mean, then million and all that shit, of course. You know what I mean? It gets harder, actually. But that's the first one you got to do. You got to do it. You got to get to 1,000. You're going to have a channel, you got to break 1,000, right? That's big, and I congratulate you. You know, you put it in, man. You've been out there for a while now. You're putting it in, so good for you. DKB Jets. Go check him out. Give him a sub, man. He's good. That's where Gunny hangs out with DK. Italy Jet, right? You guys have a show. It's great, man. It's fun. I've hopped in on that show a couple times. It's good. Nobody's Jets for everybody's you, though. That's the whole thing. That's what you don't understand. Thank you, Vervain. Yeah, the other night, just so you know, and again, I'll thank Dom C and Jeremy for filling in on the Monday Night Mock last night, 10 o'clock mock. I was here, obviously. If you guys weren't there in the beginning, I checked in, but the truth is I was physically incapable. I mean, I was utterly exhausted. I was like, I mean, I was done. I was talking to Dom. I'm like, maybe we can, who is this? What's going on? Like, that's where I was, literally. He's like, dude, I got it. I'm like, maybe I'll just do it. He's like, bro, I got it. Rest. So Dom and Jeremy, guys, seriously, true friends. I mean that. So it's good. It's good to see you guys, man. I know I'm on the road again, Bob. Isn't that fun? But this isn't for a good reason, though, Bob. So next week's a good reason. This week's not. This week is tough. Hey, you guys want to know what I did? Matthew Zucker. Let's see if our boy, you guys know Mark from Asbury Park, right? Let me show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys. So Mark from Asbury Park if you don't know already, he's one of you guys. He's in most streams with us. He was there last night in the 10 o'clock mock. And he's been telling me for a while, like, hey man, whenever you're in Asbury Park, come check me out. I work at a famous pizzeria in Asbury Park. So I was like, all right, okay, cool, thank you. I get invited to a lot of shit, but I'm never really, people are like, hey, when you're in fucking Sassafras, Washington State, stop by. I'm like, will do. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. So, but I am 12 minutes from Asbury Park, and my father's in the hospital 5 minutes from Asbury Park. So I just reached out to Mark. I said, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, he's like, holy shit, you actually did call me. I said, yeah, man. So we went down there. Let me get this for you guys, though. So I'll show you. So I went down there today. Hold on, and I'll show you two things. I went down there today, and let me just tell you about this spot. Okay. So there it is. Okay. So Matthew, this is gonna make you happy. So number one, I'll make you happy in a minute. So I got to meet Mark from Asbury Park. If you're in here, Mark, hello. I can't see you yet, but so look, Mark from Asbury Park. I went down to Vic's, famous thin crust pizza in Asbury Park, New Jersey, Vic's Italian restaurant. And I got to meet our good friend Mark from Asbury Park. There he is. We had a good time. 15 minutes. We hung out. He took care of me. He gave me some pizza. He took care of it, which I'm grateful for. I wasn't in. That was not necessary. I didn't require that to go see him. You know what I mean? But it's nice. Whenever I can get an opportunity to meet any of you guys, I take it. Big Green will tell you. I was in New York. We were about, a half hour, 45 minutes from. I was like, hey, I'm here. And he's like, bro, I live half hour from there. I said, all right, well, what do you got? When you're free. Me and Big Green met outside of a gas station, hung out for an hour and shot the shit. He brought me sandwiches and cookies and fucking energy drinks. It was like this big mess of fun stuff. He's like, hey, man. But yeah, it's great. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, though, Ricky. I think I recall seeing you here, like on YouTube circles, but I don't recall. Maybe you're there. But anyway, the pizza's great. Oh, I want to show you the pizza. So hold on. Here's the pizza. Here's what it looks like. Oh, shit. I got to do the thing first. Hold on. I got to open it. Mark from Asbury Park. So this is Vic's Pizza. Okay. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Mark from Asbury Park. Getting some thin crust pizza. Oh, yeah. What do you guys think? Not bad, huh? Let's see if we can. It's all about this. See this? Braden. I see you're in here. Braden from New Zealand. Whenever you make it up here, see this? This is what people are missing when they get Sbarros. They go into New York. They go into New York City proper, and they don't realize. They think, New York, pizza. And you go to Sbarro, and you don't realize it's a huge corporate mega monster chain, and they could give a shit about anything. And they don't give you this. See this? That's what we're talking about. Look, right here. Oh, there they are. There's the real ones. You guys know what I'm talking about? You need it thin yet not crispy. Here's the way to do it. You got to get a pizza well done. But in New York, if you have to say well done, it's not New York pizza. Right? That's the way it is. Pizza well done. It's got to be this. It's got to be a crisp. When you fold it on the end, this should snap. Yet this should not. You understand? You see what I'm saying? This should snap. This should not. This should fold. This should snap. This should have crunch. This can have a nice little crunch, but it cannot snap. If it snaps, it's overcooked. You got to get it right. Got to get it right. Braden, when you come, we're going to do it, buddy. John Salty Nuts is here. See Salty Nuts? I'm wearing your hat, buddy. Thank you. I couldn't represent up here. All right, let me catch up. Weed the People is here. FM's in here. Well, thank you, FM. That means something coming from you, buddy. I mean that. Metal Kid, right? Mercy Fate. Jeremy's here. Salmon Jets is here. What do you say? Damn, where are you tonight? I know. Look, well, I turned off the lights. Dude, you guys want me to turn on the lights? Let me catch up here. I see Leo's here. Holy shit, I'm way behind. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's it. Like, you look, we'll tell you, man. Here he is. All right. Mark, I was just telling everybody, you see me showing the pizza, Mark? Hey. Dude, we loved it. Me and my brother-in-law sat. So we walked out of the restaurant with the 2 pies. Thank you. And we went in the car and I said, dude, we got to have a couple slices hot. You know that, right? He's like, yeah, of course. My brother's from Brooklyn. My brother-in-law's from Brooklyn. So he's like, yeah, let's see, because he's rarely impressed with New Jersey pizza. That's how Brooklynites are. They're fucking pizza snobs. It's just the truth. Hey, look at Sack Exchange, Jeremy. They're all the same. They're like, nah, New York pizza's fine. New Jersey pizza's okay. Brooklyn is the only real pizza. That's how they feel. And it's fine because they're right. Brooklyn's the best. If you're going to go, like New York, you can find excellent pizza in Manhattan. I can tell you a few places. There's excellent pizza in Manhattan. In all the boroughs, you can go to the Bronx and get fucking great pizza. Queens has some really nasty spots. Or nasty, nice, good. Okay? Staten Island has some banging spots, man. But Brooklyn is where it's at. It's the truth. But that doesn't mean Jersey pizza can't be slamming. That's not true. So we eat a couple slices right in the car. As soon as I wasn't out of your sight for 2 minutes and I had already eaten 2 slices, buddy. So thank you. It was excellent. Excellent. Even my brother-in-law said, you know what? I like Vicks. That's about as good as you're going to get from a Brooklynite. That's it. That's the best you can get, Mark. That's like a New Jerseyan saying, oh my God, I love this. That's what it's the same as. The water does matter, Rico. So, Mark, thank you again, buddy. I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful that I got to meet you today. I mean it. He was funny. I said, hey, put your number email me your number. I'll call you tomorrow. And he did. This was last night. I was like, hey, Mark. I literally came in that stream I wanted to see if Mark was there. That's the honest truth. Because I asked Jeremy earlier, I said, hey, who's the guy in Asbury Park? What the fuck is because I'm mental. I can't, it all smears together. I reached out to Jeremy yesterday because I'm near Asbury Park. I said, what's the first name again? The pizza guy in Asbury Park. He goes, Mark from Asbury Park? I'm like, yes. The rhyme. That's right. So I came into the stream last night and I said, look, here he was. I said, Mark, I'm near Asbury Park. Here, email me your number. And he goes, all right. So I looked there today and his number was there. So I called him and he goes, hello, this is Mark. All professional. Hello, this is Mark. I said, hey, Mark, it's Bean. He goes, no way. I'm like, yeah. Where are you? It's like, I'm at the pizzeria. I'm at the restaurant. I said, I'm going to come. He's like, really? Fuck yeah. Who the fuck am I? I'm just some butthole that wants pizza. That's all it is, Mark. So Mark took care. Mark's the shit. Mark's the shit, everybody. Jeremy, didn't I say that? Remember, I reached out to Jeremy yesterday. I said, dude, what? He goes, Mark from Asbury Park? I'm like, yeah, that's it. Because my brains are fucking fried. Matthew Zucker says, thin crust Jersey Shore pizza. Jersey has some of the best food in the U.S. It's absolutely true. Absolutely true. Now, I will admit, I am a Jerseyite. Okay. Now, I spent many a year and time, a week, a day in New York. I was a comedian. I played all the spots in New York. Out in Long Island, whether it's McGuire's out there or Pips and Sheepshead Bay or, all the spots in Manhattan, Stand Up New York, Comedy Cellar, Boston, all of them. New York Comedy Club, whatever. Caroline's, I did all of them. So I know, dude, I've I had friends who lived there. I slept in New York. I did tons of drugs in New York. You know what I mean? Fucking Spanish Harlem, regular Harlem, everywhere. I had spots in every borough. I had a guy in every borough. If I was in Queens, I said, let me call my guy. If I was in Manhattan, I said, let me call my guy. We used to call it a car service. Then not one time did they come on a car. You guys know what they came on? Bicycle. Every time. Anyway, but that's the way. Jeremy. So Jeremy, remember I said I reached out to Jeremy yesterday. You know what's funny, Mercy Fate? When I was in Seattle a couple times. I went there. Oh, I almost just got to cry. It's fucking crazy. I'm really emotional these days. But when I went to Seattle the first time, it was my then girlfriend and we were celebrating her parents' 35th wedding anniversary. And they were taking us to Alaska. And I was just some drug addict that met their daughter 10 years younger than me. I was 4 years old and their daughter was 24, 23. And they were like, yeah, Kyle, that's my real name. But Kyle, why don't you come to Alaska? I'm like, really? I don't have any money for that. They're like, no, on us. I'm like, yes, I will do that. But we didn't know my girlfriend was pregnant with my son. That was the last thing we did before being pregnant and parents. Alaska, Seattle. But the one thing I didn't seek in Seattle was pizza, bro. You know why? Because like what you're saying, there's no way. And look, all pizza's fine. Let's be real. You can eat Elio's. Go, it's all right. You know what I mean? You go to Chuck E. Cheese and they bring out a pizza and you know what you're getting. You go, it's all right. It's fine. You're not going to compare it to Brooklyn pizza. If you are, you're a moron. It's like, look, I'll tell you a story. So we were down in Florida, right? We're down in Orlando, my son's birthday. Now, my father happened to be when we were RVing, right? So we're in Orlando. My father happened to be RVing. He just, at the same time, we didn't talk to each other. We just both sold our shit and bought fucking RVs. Craziest thing in the world. So we're traveling around. We meet up in Orlando. It's my son's birthday. My son says, Dad, I want that Chicago pizza. My son doesn't know shit. My son was born in Florida. He thinks he's from Virginia, my son. You don't know, right? You still in here? You know, I'm not saying it's bad. It's wrong, but he don't know. He's not in New York, New Jersey. He doesn't know. He's like, I love it. His favorite pizza is Domino's. Man, it's the truth. It's the truth. So he says, Dad, I want that. He had like a Chicago pizza once. So there's that Giordano's or whatever. It's like a real, they have a spot in Chicago. That's where they're one of the original Chicago pizza, but they have a couple spots around the country. So one of them is Orlando. So my son wants it. So I go there and I get 2 Chicago deep dish pies from them, just straight up, right? Pies. And they're not like New York. You guys know it's a thick like casserole thing. It's like the dough it comes up around the side and they fill it with cheese and everything, and then they cover it with sauce. So if to the naked eye, it just looks like a big bowl of sauce. It does. But so my son wants it, and it's delicious, dude. Let's be real. Like, it's not New York pizza, and it's not my favorite, but let's be real. You fucking cut it open, and it's delicious. My father, who's 73 years old, and from, Northeast New Jersey, like, the Sopranos. He took one bite. He said, first of all, he goes, what the fuck is that? What is that? I'm like, well, it's Chicago deep dish. Just taste it. I said, it's fucking fine. It's the same shit in a regular pizza, man. It's just, done differently. He goes, I said, just taste it, man. It's mozzarella cheese. Actually, I said mozzarella. Okay, I'm talking to you, mozzarella. I gotta know where I am. It's mozzarella cheese. It's mozzarella. I said it's mozzarella, Parmesan, Romano, and their sauce and seasonings. It's fine. My father said, all right, rumble. He took one bite and goes, threw his fork and knife down and left. That's what he did. One bite. I can't eat that shit. Now, if I would have taken the sauce and reorganized it and put it all together the right way and folded it, he would have been like, it's beautiful. That's how these Northeast Jersey, Brooklyn, New York paisans are. That's how they are. New Jersey pizza is almost good as New York. Yeah, Brooklyn just, yeah. I know, Bill. The more I talk about this shit, jam dandy. You know what it is, Ascar? I know everything. You know what? It really boils down to that. The only thing I don't know is like the shit that can make me money, like business. I'm an idiot. Dude, they have Sbarro everywhere, Ron. They have Sbarro everywhere. Sbarro, dude, they don't care. They'll kick the Brooklyn stores right in, put up a mega fucking mall of Italian bullshit. And look, if I'm being honest, if you go to Sbarro, you get a slice of pizza and some monagot, you get something. It's going to be fine. But if it's like what happens is these tourists come in and they come into Port Authority or they and whatever, and they see Sbarro and they think, New York pizza. And it's not. It is, but it's not. It's fine, but it's not. You see what do you understand? You see it? You see what I'm saying? Mr. Dom C is here. Where's Dom C? I didn't see him yet. What's Porta? Where's that? I don't see what you guys are saying. Staten Island's got great pizza. Yeah, man. Rico the Pup, when we were up there, me and Jeremy for opening day last year, Sack Exchange, who, let me just make sure you understand, is a pizza and food connoisseur up there. He knows the owners. He knows the pizza chefs. He knows too much, quite frankly. And he took us to this place. I forget the name of it. Yeah, right. Squaring. He took us there. There he is. Right. So he took us to this place in Staten Island. He said, dude, let me just tell you, you know how I am with Brooklyn pizza. He said, this might be the best pizza I've ever had. The guy's only here from Italy for 6 months out of the year. Then he leaves. He owns the spot. He's the pizza chef. We walked in. We had our table. He was the mayor. He had all these people coming over to the table. Hey, how you doing? Hey, good to see you. This is my friend. You know how it is up there, right? Anybody from up there, you know how it is. Hey, it's good to see you. How's your mother? All right, tell your sister. Why don't hey man, it's just all good, tell her we're still okay, Yeah, I will, man. Make sure. Love to the family. All right, love to the family. Yeah, you too. That's what happens. And so before we were done, we got like 5 pies for the table or whatever. We got a prosciutto and arugula pie. We got a fucking sauce, chorizo and whatever, Italian sausage and this and that, and a bunch of margarita pies. And halfway through, because Sack Exchange is who he is, the pizza chef comes out and he says hello to the table. He says, how you doing? I hear you guys are traveling. I hear you guys are up here. Yeah, Jeremy's from Sacramento. I'm from Charlottesville, Virginia. And he says, he said, remember Jeremy, he said at some point, he said, you don't sound like you're from over there. Well, Jeremy's like, well, I'm from Brooklyn. And I'm like, and I'm from Lake Hiawatha, New Jersey. So, fucking nobody knows what that is. I said, I'm from Jersey and he's from Brooklyn. All right. So he's all right. So he tells us what's in the pizza. He tells us what he's thinking when he made the recipes. And tells us where the tomatoes come from. And he talks about his villa. 15 minutes. And he goes, I got to go. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for coming. And that's Sack Exchange. You gave it a 6.2 on the 9.4 scale, Jeremy? Ascar, here's my take on pineapple on pizza. I've thrown French fries on pizza. I've just dumped hot sauce on pizza. I've stuck Doritos on pizza. I've put turkey slices on pizza Clearly, I'm referencing a different time. Okay? It's all good, dude. Everything I've ever stuck on a pizza has been good. Now, pineapple, it's a little weird for me, but I got to admit, ham and pineapple, while it's never going to be what I order, if that's what's there, like if I'm at a party and they have pineapple and ham pizza, the Hawaiian they call it, it's fine. I can eat it. It's good. Again, not my cup of tea, but it's good. Keensburg. Holy shit. I don't know, Weed the People. You got to give me a spot. You got to give me a spot. Really, dude, I'm right near Point Pleasant. Ooh, excuse me, Hawk. I'm in a wall right now. I'm like 5 minutes from Point Pleasant. I'm not eating meat this week, dude. So I got to not do that. But that sounds good. Pizza steak. See, the thing is, I don't like, it's like, look, if they're taking like real steak slices, they're doing fucking steakums, man. I'm not in, Hawk. I got to shoot real with you, man. I don't want steakums. Yeah, it was the Webster Hall, buddy. Thomas, it was Webster Hall. That's what I was thinking. Three Amigos, it's Mark from Asbury Park spot. Vic's. I just showed you. Want to see it? Here, I'll show you again. This is Vic's. Oh, what the hell's wrong with me? Hold on a second. I closed it down already. Here it is. Three Amigos. You know food. I've broken bread with Three Amigos. So here we go. Let's see. Three Amigos. What do you think it is? This is Vic's. Look at this. Hey, Three Amigos. What do you think? It's a thin crust pizza, but it's not like thin crust cracker shit that you get at Domino's. See this? Oh, it's delicious. The sauce is good. It's good, man. Yeah, I would, David. I'm not eating meat this week, buddy. I would. I'm up here all the time. Not really, but enough. I come up. My sisters live up here. Spumoni, right? Let me catch up here. I got to get to the super chat here. Let me see. Holy shit, man. You guys are talking. Aurora knows what she's doing. Yeah, Dave, I know. I'm sorry, buddy. North Carolina is not where you go for pizza, man. Right, Dom C. Sbarro is the Olive Garden of pizzas. Right. Perfectly stated. Perfect. Tyler Lombardo, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Let me just remind you guys, I really do love super chats. They help out the channel, man. If you want your comment read for sure. My problem is I try to get to so many of your comments. You guys don't feel like you need to do it. That's what I was on. But anyway, it is appreciated. Tyler, thank you. You're the man, buddy. Yeah, that's the best super chat ever. Thank you. Tyler Lombardo is the man. Not bad. Not bad. Not a bad super chat, buddy. So let's say I live in New York City. Gnocchi. Dude, gnocchi in a bag, gnocchi in a box. It's fine, but it ain't fine. You get it? You guys picking up what I'm laying out? You can eat Elio's. You can get Red Baron pizza. It's fine, but it ain't good. You see it? It's good, but it ain't. Anthony's is good, FM. That's what we used to eat in Florida's. Now, the trick to Anthony's is to know what you're doing. So, number one, FM, correct me if I'm wrong, which, by the way, if you try to correct me, you're wrong. Okay? But correct me if I'm wrong. You cannot go to Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza without getting the wings. You got to do it. If you don't do it, you're an asshole. You understand? You have to do it. I know, FM. See, now he follows up with this. What is this guy? Well, FM, how do you read you? Pizza Hut slaps. You guys are losing me. Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza is a chain. It's Florida, right? So in Florida, they used to have another place called, what the fuck was it called? Louis Coal Fired. That was better than Anthony's, but it closed down. So clearly nobody liked it but me. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. But let me say this. Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza is good. The trick is to know what you're getting, though. If you compare it to the Northeast, you're not going to be happy. But it's good because it's well done. It's in a coal thing because everybody knows how healthy coal is. That's the trick. But you got to get the wings, and you don't add them to put just. You want anything? No. I want the wings. Just give me the wings. It comes with onions, and they're charbroiled. They're magnificent. They're salt and pepper wings with onions. They're magnificent. Get a plate of wings while your pizza's cooking. I recommend the white pizza at Anthony's. It's not your thing. It's not your thing. It's fine. But that's what I recommend at Anthony's. You will be happy. Jeremy checking in. Thank you, buddy. Oh, it's this jet shit. Jeremy, we're talking Anthony's coal-fired pizza, man. All right. Jeremy wants to talk OBJ plus A-Rod plus Zeke equals 2023 Hard Knocks. Well, I saw that somewhere, Jeremy, that we are in the running for Hard Knocks, right? Like, I don't know why. Why would we be in the running? It's like the bottom teams, right? Let's take a look at this. Hold on. Hard Knocks requirements. NFL has 3 sets of criteria. You guys ready for this? To determine which teams can be chosen. If a team has appeared on the show in the past 10 years, that's one. If a team has a first-year head coach, 3 criteria to determine which teams can. First-year head coach, if a team has reached the playoffs within the previous season. So the only requirement, so we meet one of those. Who is eligible? Head coach, at least their second year on the job. All right, so, that's us. Oh, shit. So, number one, I don't think the Jets are going for Zeke, Jeremy. Robert Saleh kind of said as much. He said, we like our running back room. Guys, I got to move my position. I'm fucking dying here, man. My neck is killing me. We'll do this. How's that sound? You guys good with that? I can still get to your super chats and stuff. Hold on. Whew. Welcome to Granny's living room. We're going to talk about Mama Sabaro's pizza. So I don't think Zeke is on the radar. I just don't. I mean, even though he said, I'd like to go to the Bengals, the Eagles, or the Jets. The Eagles and the Jets are like, no. He's like, I really want to go to the Bengals. The Bengals are like, no. He's like, who's interested? The Lions. Amen. That's what he's going to do. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting, but I don't know. I look as entertaining as it is, like on this end, it's wonderful. That 2010 Hard Knocks was the best damn TV I've ever watched. But it's a distraction for the team. Make no mistake. Hard Knocks teams, we were probably the best. What Hard Knocks teams makes it to the AFC or NFC championship game? Us, right? I don't think there's any more. Everybody's a loser. If I remember correctly, maybe not. Matthew Zucker checking in with the super chat. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate it. He says, I'm 40 minutes from Point Pleasant. I know a place I think that will beat Vic's. Since you can't eat meat, no better time. Anyway, how excited are we for a packed MetLife Stadium come September? Jets chance well. Yeah, dude. Dude, listen, man. We go into this season with like a healthy offensive line. wide receivers like Garrett Wilson, Denzel Mims, I guess Corey Davis, Lazard, maybe even OBJ. We got our tight ends intact. They're going to fold Ruckert in more, hopefully. We got our running backs. Brees is healthy. Michael Carter, Bam Bam, Gigolo. You know what I mean? They're all there. We got Aaron Rodgers. That place is going to be packed to the gills. You're not going to be able to get tickets. You better get tickets early. I'm telling you. You're right. It's going to be madness. It's going to be utter madness. I'm going to call Fireman Ed and I'm going to say, hey, dude, when I'm at the game, I'm going to say, can I come down and do a chant with you on camera? So I'm going to ask him. He's going to say, nah. Hey, Bean, I'd love to. You know I would. But the Jets, I don't know. I'm just making shit up. Fireman Ed is the most gracious. If you've met Fireman Ed, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He will sit with you or stand for as long as you want to talk with him. Talk about anything you want. He likes to talk about the Jets, of course, but he'll talk about whatever you want. He asks your name. He remembers it during the conversation. You know what I mean? He goes like, right. So Bean, tell me. Like he makes you feel like you're old friends. He knows exactly how to do it. He's the most gracious guy. And let me tell you something, Fireman Ed, you old timers will know what I'm talking about. Now, I never saw a game at Shea, but I did see games like from the second or third year at Giant Stadium. So I've been going there since then. And the way that it used to be was that the end zones were the Jets chant. So what would happen is this side, you hear the cowbells and the horns, and everybody start cheering. And then it would go, Jets, 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 Jets. And then the other side would go, you hear all the bells and the whistles and everything. And then they would do it. And then we'd go back and forth for as long. Maybe sometimes it was one each. Sometimes it was three, whatever. And then one day, I'm telling you, I went for years. And it was just the end zones. And then one day, 1 year, all of a sudden, this lower level Jets chant started. It was small, but big. It was like 2 full sections. And then you looked and you can't help but look down there. And I happened to be across from Fireman Ed. My season tickets were across from him, but I was upstairs so I could just look at him. And you look down there and there's this guy carrying another guy with a fireman helmet on. And it's like, what is this? What's going on down there? And then it slowly but surely got bigger. And then one day they put him on the screen. Like, so then there was 3 Jets. So there's the end zones. They still got their thing. And then him. So it was like 3 different times that the chant would go on. It was great. And then one day they put Fireman Ed on the screen. And he did what he does in his section, but to the whole stadium. So everybody just listened. Everybody just looked and did the same thing. And if you've been to a game, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So Fireman Ed does a thing where he goes, he gets you riled up, and he used to run around on his brother's back. God rest his soul, right? His brother used to carry him around, and Ed would be up there, and he has his Bruce Harper jersey on, and he's way up top. And he's going, come on, you, come on. He's doing the whole thing, and the place is going nuts. So he's on the camera. First time. And then he went like this, and everybody's, the whole place is going nuts, and he goes like this. And the whole place went silent. I got chills through my body. And I could not have been the only one. It was like, wow. We were just 80,000 people were screaming 5 seconds ago. Now you can hear a pin drop in here. And and the whole place, I'll never forget it. That's how I feel, man. It was the best. Right there, that was the day that the end zone chants died. It was over. The Jets or whoever, they realized what they had. Said, dude, that is something. Everybody in the stadium knew it. That is different. That's a whole different level. And that's what it's been ever since. And well, we had the years where he left, and then we got the other guys. With all due respect to the other guys, it's hard. You can't just do the chant. Fireman Ed has something. He has something that those guys don't necessarily have. I mean, they're fine. They do the thing and whatever. They're not Fireman Ed. Fireman Ed's our leader, man. Make no mistake. I want to go down there and do a chant with him. That's what I want to do. Dom, you come with me? Dom's at every game. Matthew Zucker, what I said for? Oh, yeah, you got it. What's the place? He says, I got a place that'll beat Vic's. What's the place, Matthew? So I'll let you guys know which day I'll be there. I'm hoping to go to opening day, but dude, my son has a thing the same weekend as the first weekend in the NFL. Last year I didn't go. My wife had to take him. I can't do that to him again. I can't. So I have to go. And I'm happy to go. Don't get me wrong. But I'm hoping that the first opening day for Jets at MetLife is week 2. If it's week 2, I'm going to do opening day. If not, we're going to organize something else, and I'll see how many of you guys are really my friends. And then we'll do the Coney Island Cyclone meetup and everything. But thank you, Matthew. Dom C himself checking in, throwing GreenBean a little fundage. Right on. Thank you. Bean, forget this pizza talk. These guys have never had Taylor ham, egg, and cheese from Harry's Corner at 3 a.m. Dude, Dom, tell them. They don't know food. I love you, Dom. And there's very few people in our world out here that know what Harry's Corner 2 is at 3 a.m. with Frank Peralta serving you at 3 a.m. You know what I mean? Dude, Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. You know what I used to do, Dom? Did you know that for like 2 years there was a sandwich at Harry's called the Kyle? Did you know that? You remember that? Because every Saturday morning I would drunk dial them. And I haven't eaten in 2 days because I'm a big crackhead. And I would call them and go, hey, it's Kyle. Let me get on a sub roll, a long sub roll. I want 4 scrambled eggs with corned beef hash, home fried potatoes stuck inside the corned beef hash, and then melted cheese on top so it all holds together. I would say that every week for years, dude. No matter where I was. Where are you this week? I'd go, I'm up in Dartmouth Village. Where are you this week? I'm in Troy Gardens. Where are you this week? I'm in Montville. We don't go to, come on. I'm right over the river. I'm right over the 7-Eleven bridge. All right. And the sandwich is 5 pounds. I was going, and then fall asleep. That's what I did. You're so right, Dom. They don't know. Had great cheesesteaks at Harry's too, man. Great cheesesteaks. Dom knows. Dom knows what he's talking about, everybody. Don't forget, Dom's mom still makes her own flour to make her own pasta. So she's got it over all of us, everybody. There it is. Matthew Zucker says, Bean, show the video of Fireman Ed I sent in the Discord. Let's see. It's a short clip. They will love it. Great Jet chant from. All right, let me see. Hold on. You got to tell me the place, Matt. I'm trying to look. Hold on. I'm going to open my Discord. Matthew, as you're picking up, is a beanbagger. Let me see here. Beep, 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 beep. Finnegan sent a Zach Wilson video. Oh, here it is. Okay, hold on. Wait, let me see. Buddy, all right, hold on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Dude, how great is this? I love this show. All right, here we go. This is great. There's no construct, you know. There's no. Can you guys see this? I can't hear you. Hold on. Let me see. All right. I'll play it and you guys tell, oh, look, there's his brother. Look how young Fireman Ed is. Look at his brother. Oh, God rest his soul, man. They were the best. Here we go. It's the best. Oh, I wanted it to be longer, Matt. I wanted it to be longer. Let's do it again. You can hear that it's the whole stadium, though, right? You guys can hear that. Thank you, Matt. That's brilliant. He gave me a super chat to give us content. You see that? That's how you do it. New York Jets fan 4. Look at this, Matt. He says, I'm from Toronto. When I went to my first Jet home game, my dad took me and we sat right behind Fireman Ed. And man, my dad is a Giants fan. And we looked at each other and said, wow, this is amazing. Let me tell you, New York Jets fan 4, I've been to my fair share of Giants games, right, over the years. Everybody else in my family is a Giants fan except for Aunt Gina and all the kids that she has turned to the dark side. There's like 10. Aunt Gina's like, dude, her mission in life is to take little tiny children and make them miserable Jets fans. That's what she does. She did it to me. I was first. I was the guinea pig. I was the experiment. Every year she sends me a picture of some new kid she turned. But everybody else is Giants fans. So that we always had tickets. So they were, nobody's going. You want to go? And I'm like, yeah, I'll go. You know what I mean? Sure. It's a totally different experience than a Jets game. Especially back then. Now it's a little bit more subdued. Back then we were, the turnstiles at halftime were weed. That's where everybody smoked weed. But the big thing with the turnstiles, do you remember this? Matthew might remember it. Jets fan 4. I don't know if you've experienced this. You were there with your dad, first game and everything. But what we used to do at halftime, dude, it was, since I'm a little kid, I saw this when I was a little kid, all the way till Giant Stadium was torn down. It happened every single week. Halftime came, everybody walked outside, we'd light up our joints, and we'd hang out, and then somebody would go, get the money! Get the money! And then somebody else, get the money! Get the money! And you walk over to the turn, where the circle walkways were, and everybody be throwing dollar bills, coins, quarters down to the middle, down to the ground. So there'd be this light rain of cash floating down, and everybody'd say, get the money! Get the money! And without fail, dude, without fail, some poor asshole wearing the visiting team's jersey would hop the fucking gate, go in there and try to get the money, and 2,000 people would hurl beer and shakes and pretzels and mustard, and they would try to be scooping up, and they'd be getting pelted with, shoes. Every week, dude. You go to a Giants game, you go outside at halftime, they're talking about stocks. It's just a different crowd, man. Now, even in the, with all respect to Giants fans, they're even tougher than most other fans. But they ain't us, buddy. Let me tell you, that's not the same. I bet the staff, when it's a Giants home game, we're like, oh, okay, good. Jets fans, we're not right. And again, MetLife, it's different. It's more subdued. Giants Stadium, dude, that was not our house. And we knew it. So we made it our house. I miss Giants Stadium, dude. That was the best. Leo Vernacchio, thank you, buddy. It's good to see you. I sent your T-shirt this week, Let me know when you get it. This guy's going to have every T-shirt in my catalog pretty soon. He keeps winning. Good for you, Leo. You got it figured out. I love it, GreenBean. You are cracking me up, all this footage. All right, we're having a good time. Tonight. What is it, 11:20? Shit, we're not even an hour in. We're doing good, Leo. Dude, get the money. The Gate D spiral, Jim D. That's right. That's where I was, the spirals. But that happened at every spiral, dude. Now, it was interesting because I had really good friends at 332, 50-yard line upper level. And my tickets were 311, 50-yard line upper level for years and years and years. So sometimes we'd walk over to mine. Sometimes we'd walk over. It depends on where we were. But we always met and we smoked some grass, some doobage, drink some beer, and we just do the get the money thing. I never threw a single dollar down there, but I definitely threw other stuff. It was the funniest thing ever, man. I started to think this is something that they do. How is it that every week for 10 years, a Colts fan jumps in there? And, and it makes sense, right? Because you think they don't know. They're like, holy shit, look at all this money they're throwing. Jets fans are idiots. But I started to think there's just no way. It's uncanny. Get the money. Yeah, that was amazing. The gritty. Well, I was doing it in this week's podcast. I couldn't figure out how to say it. I was calling it the griggity. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to say it. You guys should watch this week's podcast if you didn't. GreenBean Jets Pod. It's a funny one. It's fun. It's a fun one, man. I felt loose when I filmed it. It's good. Nobody's watching it. It's one of my lowest viewed. But you guys should all watch it. It's fun. Matthew Zucker checking back in. Look at this. Thank you, Matthew. Going crazy with super chats. The roundabout stairs after a win was like no other place to be on earth. The Jets chant would shake the concrete. It's the truth. And again, the Giants don't have that chant. They tried to rip it off, and they now think we got a great chant. Think about this. Jets, 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 Jets. 7. Giants, Giants. 7. You think we're stupid? You think we're stupid? Is that what they think? Oh, yeah. Remember that, Buddha? You know what was really funny? When the fat old guys would take their clothes off upstairs in the upper level. You guys remember that? Dude, I've been to 3 or 4 games where the fat guys took their clothes off, freezing cold weather, got naked, dicks out, everything, and threw money around. I've caught some. Swear to God. I swear to you. It's like, it's just a funny thing. Like, look, here I am on the internet, right? I'm GreenBean now. Like, look, I love it. I'm here for it. But, dude, it's the weirdest turn of events. Guys, 4 years ago, I was an executive director of 2 multi-million-dollar a month behavioral health treatment provider programs for a national healthcare organization. Okay, I was an executive. Now I'm GreenBean. It's a weird shift. Do you see? It's a weird shift. Right? But the thing is, as far as my Jets fandom, especially living in South Florida, man, it's Miami Dolphins territory. It's the truth. If I lived in Hollywood, and for a little while, for 1 year, I moved up to Davie, which is Fort Lauderdale. But I lived in Miami, Surfside. My best friend in the world lives on South Beach. I'll be there this weekend. This weekend, from Thursday to Thursday, I'll be with him in South Beach. But so I lived in Miami for 2 years. I lived in Hollywood for 9 years. And then I lived in Davie. For 10. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and a half, almost 15. Right. So then I lived in Davie for like a year and 15 months or something like that. But so there's that whole experience. But let me just tell you something. Growing up a Jets fan in that era where it was like, it wasn't Shea, but it was the Shea crowd in a new stadium. And I was a kid, dude. I mean, look, we moved over there in 83. And I went to a game in 84. I've been hanging out ever since. The first time I ever smelled pot, I remember I was a little kid. I was sitting with my dad at the game. I said, Daddy, what's that smell? He goes, that's pot. I said, pot? What's pot? He said, they're smoking pot down there. I never forgot. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. But I never forgot it. I couldn't wait to find out what smoking pot meant. I had to know. What is that smell? I still, every now and then, I'll smell pot. Like I'll smell weed. Now it's all fruity and shit. It's too good these days. But every now and then I'll smell it, and it smells like that first time. Like, ooh, that's that pot. That's that dirt. That old 84 dirt weed. But it's just a funny thing. Like you think, like, dude, I've been in the stadium through all of it. Like I've been there before Fireman Ed was Fireman Ed. I mean, he was there way before me, but he wasn't Fireman Ed yet. You know, I've been there. I was here before that shit. And it's like you grow up with all this stuff. And it's just a weird thing. Like now we're on Twitter. Michael Carter has a bad day and we're like, you're an asshole. It's just a funny thing, man, being a Jets fan. There's no other fans like us, guys. I'm just going to tell you. No other fans like us. We're the best and the worst and the saddest and the greatest. We're damaged goods, all of us. I firmly believe that the lot of us did some shit in a different life. That's what I think. There's no way, dude. There's just no way. How does it happen like this? We don't just suck. We're not just the Jags. We get numerous first overall picks, and did that one time back in the 90s. It's like, you know, just that's not the way we do it. My back is fucking killing me. This is hard to do. I'm leaning forward. You know what I mean? In this chair, it's not easy, dudes. Green Dog checking in. Thank you, buddy. He says, GreenBean, how many fists fights have you been in? Oh, my God, dude. It's virtually impossible to tell you. And not because I don't want to. I would happily tell you. If I had a number, 47, I would tell you. What I can say is this. I grew up in Lake Hiawatha, New Jersey. Lake Hiawatha. Now, I was born in Orange, New Jersey, which is really Newark, New Jersey. Right? It's right there. Orange. Bad orange. And so, and then my cousin grew up in Orange, so we were there. Lots of fights there when we were little kids. You know, with all due respect to whatever, I could give two shits about race, right? I really can. But we were little blonde white boys in a fucking very, very affluent neighborhood. Let me just say that. And people then, you know, they wanted to check us. And I was scared and my cousin wasn't. So we had to fight. I wasn't tough yet. You know what I mean? I was like, oh. He's like, fuck that. We're like 8. You know what I mean? 9. All kinds of fights. But let me say it this way. So in Lake Hiawatha, it was a town where we didn't have our own police department. We didn't have our own high school. We were Parsippany. So they had to patrol us and everything. So we were kind of this weird corner. We were called Lower Lake. The Dirts. That was what they called us in high school. The Dirts. So most parents worked. You had parents were never there during the day for one of two reasons. Either both our parents worked or the parents were sleeping because most parents worked nights. That's what it was. So we had all day and all night with no parents. And what happened is that was during the Ozzy Osbourne 80s, right? Long hair and all that shit was cool. Metal ruled supreme. And literally what we did for fun, bro, was we drank beer. I mean, I'm talking 13, 14 years old. We drank beer, we smoked pot, and we fist fought each other. That's what happened. And we would fight each other all the time. And God forbid anybody outside came in and wanted to fight any one of us. Every single one of us beat the shit out of that person. It's the way it was. We would fight like Green Dog. Me and you are from Lake Hiawatha. We fight every day. We don't like each other. Somebody comes in and wants to fight you. I'm on your side. That's the way it is. Ain't happening. Let me tell you guys one story. Now, I was little. I was probably 11, 12, something like that. And my cousin, he was like 5 years older than me. And he was like in high school, and he had all the high school kids. And so I was like about to go into 7th grade. I was like 6th grade-ish. And I was on my bike with my friends and everything. We're hanging out in the same area as the older kids. They're blasting, Led Zeppelin out the windows. And there's like maybe 80 of them there. They were waiting there was a rumor that Patterson was coming to town, that there was some girlfriend crosswire thing, and Patterson was pissed, and they were coming down to kick Lake Hiawatha's ass. So there was like 8 guys there like waiting. And they're doing what they do. They're drinking. They're lifting some weights out in the driveway, the bench press. And I'm just hanging around. And sure as shit, 6, 7, 8 cars from Patterson pull up full. So there was probably 25 guys, 30 guys. They get out of the car. They walk on this lawn. It's my cousin's house, my older cousin's house. So they walk out. There's a little bit of a yelling match in the front yard for 30 seconds. One of my cousin's friends runs over, floors the guy yelling at my cousin. It was on. And I proceeded to watch in a 5-minute period the 8 guys from Lake Hiawatha completely beat the living hell out of and destroy the cars of 25 guys from Patterson. It took 5 minutes. Those were the kids beating me up, picking on me. I was getting bullied by them. But again, they were my bullies. But if anybody messed with me, they would take care of it. And I didn't get bullied. I had my cousin, thankfully. And he was a badass. So he would be like, wait, who's picking on you? And I'd hear he got his nose broken. That kind of thing. So I don't know. This is going nuts. This is going crazy. I'd say 16,000, Green Dog. But don't get me wrong, dude. I haven't had a fight in at least 17 years. I haven't had a fight since I'm sober. So not one fist fight. So I can't remember my last fight. I don't know what it was, where it was, who it was. And I'm certain I'm old, and I'm definitely not tough anymore. Definitely. I walk upstairs and I can't breathe. And let me do this. Mike B, hi-ho, Jets checking in. What's up, buddy? He says, I loved the first time I was there for Fireman Ed's chant. I was sitting in the second row. It gave me chills. The game was against Miami, right? It was different. Like, you can go to Jets. The Jets chant was always great. Always. J-E-T-J-E, blah, blah. It was great. When that whole stadium did it at once, which is now taken for granted. It was the best thing. Like you said, chills. It's the best. I couldn't believe it, dude, how good it was. He lost track after 1,000. It really, man, it's like, it's not a joke. Like, it was so good. I'm still proud of it. That's why I like to go to opening day, because we haven't lost our souls yet for the season. We still believe. Like, you get in there early on opening day and you participate in the Jets chants before the game. It's still not what it was, but it's good. You can tap into it. If you find it, you can tap into it. I don't like what they're doing now. They put Fireman Ed with 2 other dudes, like Jetman and the other guy. I'm just like, dude, just stop. If Fireman Ed's not there, those guys are on deck. It's like, what do you play, fucking 3 quarterbacks? What is this? Let him lead the chant. Went to the Bears game. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that the crowd was raucous that game. It's amazing. Because we believed we were coming out of the bye. We just lost to the Pats. We were like, we got to win. Mike White's coming in. We felt good. It's true, Matthew. But New York's the same. Different, but the same. There's just a harder edge. It just is. One of the things I had to learn, it's funny because one of the things that my wife liked about me was my accent and my attitude. She was young, a little girl. She was like, ee. She's from Baltimore, fucking Baltimore. You know what I mean? Baltimore. They think they're tough. And I'm sure if you're from Baltimore, I'm sure you are. I'm not saying that, but my wife said that she was like, she never met anybody like me. I was just talking. I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. I'm doing what I'm doing now. And she's like, I love him. Because we're different. We're different than the rest, man. Not to say we're right. We're better. I'm not saying we're better, but we're definitely different. There's no doubt about it. Look at Matthew Zucker. Dude, you're the best. Thank you. Braxton is opening a coffee shop in Jersey City tomorrow. Really? He's like, shit, they cut me. I wasn't going to come here. Now he can't. That's crazy, man. I didn't know that. It's amazing. Green Dog grew up in it. Right, it's a different time, man. I'm very grateful. Like, granted, it's nice to be born now because you're younger, but this world's a mess. I try so hard with my kids, man. I try so hard with my kids. Sit down with my kids and talk to them so they don't get sucked into this crazy shit show. But boy, do I miss the idea of just letting kids go after school. Go ahead. See ya. Where you going? Going out. My friends. Okay. Come back by dinner. 5:30. You know what I mean? Guinea teenagers. This is paisans. With weapons against 5 of us. We got our asses whooped. Happens to the best of us, Hawk. Every now and then, if you're going to live by the sword, you die by the sword, buddy. Want to hear a funny story? So one time, me and my 2 buddies are driving around. We're driving around in this car. I don't know, something happens. We cut somebody off or something. And they're following. They come on our ass. There's 2 guys in the car. There's 3 of us. And we're thinking, oh, come on, man. It's like Friday night or whatever. And they're chasing us. And we're driving through the streets. And they're just beeping the way, flashing the light. Get pulled over, motherfucker. So finally, my friend John, who's literally the toughest dude I know. And he's not the tallest, not the fastest, not the most athletic, not ripped. The toughest dude I know. I've seen him beat the living shit out of people that if 10,000 people were there, 9,850 would have bet money that guy was going to mop the floor with my friend John. And John has beaten the shit out of all of them. So John says, dude, pull over. I had enough. Okay. So we pull over. John opens the door. He's shocked. I'm in the back seat this time. So we got the driver, John, me. I'm in the back leaning up So we get out. John opens the door, gets out. The guy from the passenger seat runs out and goes, hey, motherfucker. And John, and we know him. He's like, they're a year older than us in high school, and we know these guys. And John proceeds to quite literally pick him up, slam him on the ground, grab his hair, and flip him around, punch him in the face, take his ankles, push. And the kid goes, all right. John's like, what do you mean, all right? He's like, you know what, man? This is what he says. He's a Jets fan, by the way. A good Jets fan. He used to hang out with me at the South Florida Jets fan club years later. But he said, you know what, man? Thank you. I've been acting really big these last couple weeks. I don't know what got into me. I've been thinking I'm way tougher than I am. He says, thank you, bro. I needed this. His nose is bleeding. He's got a road rash, raspberries on his head. And he says, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Then we, fucking gave him a shirt. He rubbed his face and we hung out. We chit-chatted for 15 minutes, smoked some cigarettes. And we left. And it was what we talked about it for months. I was like, I can't believe it. It was the funniest thing ever. It happens to the best of us, man. We all talk too much one day, and somebody goes, you know what? Pop! And fattens your face. And you go, if you're lucky, you got somebody that respects those surrender flags. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes somebody has to come in and stop it. And if that person's not there, shit gets dangerous. You know? Oh, you did this one. Okay, I did that one. I did that one. I did that one. I did that one. Who's this? The Jet Show. What's up, Mr. Show? GreenBean, I fucking hate the Pats. That is all. That's awesome, man. You're not alone. You're not alone, buddy. We all hate them shits. I hate the Pats. I hate them, Big Show. You want to hear a funny story, Hawk? It's Hawk says everybody needs a John. Big Rob. Right. We all got a John. We all got a Big Rob. Let me tell you something. So we used to go to the races all the time. Right. We, Pocono, and we go down to Dover sometimes, and NASCAR. And we're down south. I forget which track it was, but we're a couple states south, right? Maybe Tennessee, something like that. And we're sitting in the traffic leaving the race. And like you're at a race for 2 days, the infield, you're drunk, you're exhausted. When by the time it's over, you're ready to go. And then every time there's just hours of traffic to get out. So we're sitting in the car and we're all shot. Tired, listening to whatever. And then boom, on top of the door, on top of the roof. And John gets out of the car and goes, because we're pissed, we're tired, we're aggravated, we're easily agitated, you know what I mean? So John gets out of the car and goes, and the kid goes, oh, dude, I'm sorry, man, we're throwing the ball around, I'm really sorry. John goes, all right, grabs the ball, goes, no problem, dude, throws the ball back. We get back in. 30 seconds later, boom, John gets out of the car. We all run out of the car. There's four of us. We all run out of the car. And the guy goes, he's like, fuck you, man, fucking Yankee, whatever. He does that thing. Because clearly we have these accents, right? You can tell each other apart. So once we said, or, once we spoke, they knew we weren't from there and they thought we're going to fuck with these Yankees. They think we're, everybody. Everybody thinks my area is the tough. Just like we just said, ain't nobody like us. Well, they think the same thing, right? So the one guy goes, fuck you, man, right? Like that. And my buddy John, dude, within 5 seconds, has this guy on his back with his hand on his throat and he's going, and he stands up and he goes, and that's why you lost the war. It was the best line I ever heard. And that's why you lost the war. Isn't that the best? I'll tell you, man. It was the funniest. I mean, I couldn't even, I was ready to go to war. I was ready to fight, but I didn't have to. The rest of them just said, whoa. They were all ready. I guess the tough guy of their group walked forward and John just said, which one? You? Okay, bum. John's the same guy. You guys know my Cleveland story? I guess you get John on here. He'll make you guys laugh your ass off. He's a Pittsburgh fan. Fuck him. You know what I mean? He's a spoiled brat, John. I love John, but fuck him. But so Watkins Glen, Mercy, right? Yeah. I've never been to Watkins Glen, though. I'd like to. But so John, my Cleveland story, which is we went to Cleveland with a big sign that said, welcome back, Cleveland. We had 2 Jets fans, a Steelers fan. We had a Giants fan, 2 Dallas fans, a Miami fan, and somebody else. Maybe, yeah. Who the hell else was it? Bucks? No, I don't know. But it was a bunch of us. We rented an RV. We drove out there when the Cleveland Browns came back to the NFL in 1999. That was the same day that Vinny Testaverde tore his Achilles. I almost got in a fight in that bar because they were yelling at, because I was wearing Jet shit. They were going, Vinny. And 2 big Jets fans walked over to me and said, we can have problems here. We got your back. It was just like that. I'd never seen these guys before in my life, right? They walked me, we can have problems. We got your back. I'm like, all right, good. Yeah. We might have some problems, man. All right. So, but that night we go into the stadium, we hold up the sign, and dude, they were complete assholes to us the whole night. At the end of the night, Pittsburgh kicked their ass 41-3 or something like that. So we leave the stadium. This group of guys, 5, 6, 8 of them, whatever, they follow us. We walk out this side of the stadium, and our car's over here. We have to walk out a whole half stadium to go to our car. They followed us from the upper deck all the way down and around the stadium, telling us they were going to kick our ass. And now my friend John is completely past, like he's sleepwalking drunk. I have his arm like we're married, like we're lovers. His elbow's in mine, and he's got like a t-shirt and a cup. He's just walking with his eyes closed. And I'm just, John, turn left. Oh, all right. That's what he's doing. So finally, these guys, they surround us and they gain some strength. And there's like literally 30, 40, 50 people. They cut us off and they surround us. And they're yelling whatever they're yelling. So they start to come in, and I shake my friend John. I said, John, we're fighting. He goes like this, literally. He wakes up, the guy's right there, and he goes, boom, and just knocks him clean out, dude. Sleeping. That's how it went. Sleeping. And then mayhem ensued. And we literally put like 3 of those guys in the hospital. I told them, I literally said to them, guys, do we just want to go, man? We came here to like welcome you guys back. Like it's all solidarity. And I told them at the end, I said, I'm just telling you right now, you guys are going to regret this. I'm just telling you, I can see it all over. You guys are nothing. You have no idea the dragon you're poking right now. And they just didn't get it. And I got arrested and the whole thing. And then the cop took me in the stadium, waited 20 minutes and just took the cuffs off and he started walking away. And I said, sir, what do you want me to do? He said, I don't know. What do you want to do? I said, well, I'd like to go. He said, get the fuck out of here. I said, I like you. Cleveland cops. Good. Right? So I thought I was going to like jail. But anyway, let's see. What else we got? Radovan. Look at that. Holy shit. Thank you, Radovan. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. He says, the greatest Jet show out there. Have your kid get his girl. Oh, I'm going to do just that. This is $20 he will receive. Thank you. So you guys don't know, my son's having his first date this weekend. I couldn't be more excited. But don't tell him I told you. He was in here earlier. Don't tell him I told you. You can tell him whatever you want. I'll tell him I told you guys. But I can't wait. It's going to be great. So thank Radovan for real. Now, best show out there. We're just talking. Have we talked about the Jets yet? Other than Fireman Ed? Jets chance? I don't think so. Dom, you know which John I'm talking about? You know who I'm talking about, right, John? Dom knows him. Dom knows him. Dom's probably been at a party or two where John's ruined it. John wasn't allowed in 70% of the houses in Lake Hiawatha and Parsippany. They're like, no. We'd walk up, they're like, I'll call the cops right now. We just want to hang out. Nope. I want when my mom comes home tomorrow, I want my picture window to be intact. That's what it was. This is the best stream ever. Oh, it's the best. You guys are fucking great, man. Dino, you're the absolute best. This is funny. Yeah, it's exactly right. We did people. Dude, it was the funniest thing. Like he was asleep. I shook him. He was like this. He went, and the guy was out. So like, that's what it is, man. Like we don't even need to be awake. Cleveland, get out of here. You know what I mean? Irving, thank you, buddy. Very cool cop. Very cool cop. That's why I hate Cleveland, Vervain. Telling you, man, what we did we planned for months. Like, well, I remember when Modell moved the Browns to Baltimore and they became the Ravens, I couldn't believe it. I was like, dude, if they can take a team from Cleveland, they can take it from any one of us. Like, Cleveland has diehards, dude. Like, they live and breathe the Browns, the dog pound. How can they take their team? More money in Baltimore. See you later. I didn't like that. It bothered me. I was very proud of that city, that they fought to at least keep their name. And it was like, what, 5 or 6 years? They had to wait to get the team back, and they get it back. So we went there to welcome them back. The other fans in the NFL appreciate what you just went through. Congratulations, welcome back. And they were assholes from 1 p.m. with the Jets game and Vinny tearing his Achilles, all the way till 11 o'clock at night when they lost to the Steelers in the night game, the Sunday night game against the Steelers. They were assholes to us the entire day. They never got it right. That's correct, Dom C. You know who I'm talking about. Dom C knows him. Hey, Chris, I reached out to you today. I'm going to be heading to North Jersey tomorrow. You offered your studio. I think it was you. I was going to see if I could take you up on it. What do you think? It'd be good to hang. It'd be good to meet you. We'll see. I reached out on Instagram. I'll check it out. You know how flaky I am on Instagram, bro. You know what I mean? But I'll keep aware. That's where I texted. That's where I reached out. You're probably like, yeah, dude, I reached out to you 5 minutes later. Let me see if you did. Oh, there's Jet Central. What's he saying? Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. Oh, good. That's a great message. All right. Let me see. Let me see if Chris DiNardo answered me. He's going to go answer it real quick. I know how Chris is. I'm just kidding. Of course. Yeah, he did. You reached that. He got back. Tom's River. Yeah, I'm not far. I'm like Point Pleasant. That's where I am. I'm probably, 20 minutes from you? Maybe I got to go I got to go to the hospital at 5:30 or 5 a.m. tomorrow. That's why I stay up so late. Yeah, I'll tell you real fast. So Chris, yeah, I'll reach out to you tomorrow. I'll reach out. Let me see what I'm doing tomorrow. I'll reach out if I can make it down there. If you're around, I'll text you, buddy. I'll text you on that thread. Me and Dom weren't friends. Dom's too much of a baby. He's a different generation. But he was friends with my youngest sibling. Well, we come from the same town. Yeah. Why do you think I like him so much? Because he knows stuff? I don't care about that. There's a million nerds. Dom's a nerd from my town. You see it? It's different. It's different. Dom's the best nerd, though. Let's be real. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's like, yeah. And he's like, dude, I got you. I know. I'm the one. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, and I'll text you or call you or whatever tomorrow. I'll let you know what the story is. I am being pulled up north, like closer to Clifton. And then I got my flight out early Thursday morning. So, right? You guys didn't know that, right? Yeah, me and Dom, we go. I remember Dom. I knew his sister. His sister was a year older than me, and Dom was 3 years younger than me, I think. 4? 5? 6? Dom, how much older than you am I? He's like, Dennis Byrd story. Oh, dude, Soldier, I'm about to wrap it up, buddy. I would love to. I'll tell you what, it's on my channel, everybody. The Dennis Byrd, that's the best, isn't it? I appreciate you appreciating it though. But I don't have it in me. I got to go to bed. What's the Dennis Byrd story, Radovan? Here, I'm going to put the link in. I'll find it. Hold on. Let me see something here. Shit. Hold on a second. Fuck, man. Let me see here. I'll find it right now. I'm going to find the video. And I'll link it in the subject. Here it is. We can watch it together, maybe. Oh, it's 14 minutes, dude. It's 14 minutes. I'll tell you what. I'll give you guys a teaser right now. Okay, it's a teaser. I'll do 3 minutes. 4 years. Oh, you're Heather, not okay. Gotcha. My middle sister. I know it felt interesting. It felt long. It felt like too far when I said it. 4 years. Okay, so I'm 4 years Dom's senior. Here, so here's a teaser of the Dennis Byrd video, and then I'll link it in the description, in the comments, and you guys can watch it. You guys ready? Let me see. All right, here we go. Hey, just so you know, though, I cry in this, and it's real. Did I tell you guys that Dennis Byrd's wife watched this and reached out to me to talk to me? Did you know that? About this. It's real. Angela Byrd. Here we go.
That's what we're going to do today, okay? Brace yourselves. This is going to be different. And I think appropriately so. Because our player profile is my favorite Jet throughout the period of time of my favorite team. Like you guys know, I became a Jets fan during the sack exchange. Those were the guys that got me. Mark Gastineau, Joe Klecko way up top, Marty Lyons, Salam, and the rest right after them. On offense, it was Richard Todd. Wesley Walker was big for me. I loved Freeman McNeil. Loved him. He's my favorite offensive player from that era, period. Mickey Schuler, ultimately Toon and Kenny O, and all those guys. Loved them. That was the first team for me. It was the ones that made me a Jets fan. But the team where I was like, approaching adulthood. I was 18, whatever, from 16 to like 22, whatever. That was my team. That was the team I knew inside and out. It was the first team I like really dug into the draft picks. I knew who they were coming in. I knew you could ask me any player on a 3 tiers deep. I knew them for the first time. When I was a kid, I just knew this. I knew the names, But this was the team, like the first time I like leaned over into obsessive Jets fan. And Dennis Byrd was my favorite Jet of my favorite team. Dennis Byrd. B-Y-R-D. You wore the number 90, episode 90. You see, I wore the number 90 because of Dennis Byrd. Everywhere I went, people knew. Jets fans knew right away. Holy shit, this guy's wearing a Dennis Byrd. Like,
that's me.
Yeah, I'm,
right
and
there.
you don't see Dennis Byrd jerseys. Even back then, you didn't. You saw Rob Moore. You saw Browning Nagel, Kenny O'Brien. You see those. Even Lageman. You'd see Lageman. So Dennis Byrd played for the New York Jets from 1989 to 92. And we all know how it ended. If you don't, I'm going to tell you right now. Now, it ended by him being paralyzed on the Giant Stadium field right in front of our eyes. I was at that game, and we didn't know what the hell was going on. Anybody that was there will tell you. Ask them if you know somebody was there. It was eerie, man. Dennis Byrd, like we were playing the Chiefs, David Craig, their quarterback, stepped up. Dennis Byrd, who admittedly was in a slump at that point in his career, he had been dominating at the defensive tackle, and he was dominant at the defensive tackle position. This year, he was slow. He just wasn't doing all that great. He was doing all right in the run, but he wasn't getting the sacks that everybody expected from Dennis Byrd. So he's playing really hard. All right. So there's your excerpt
Here, I'll get the link for you. You can finish watching it if you're interested. It's right here. Okay, it's in the chat for you guys. That's it, man. And if you want to see the full episode, it's episode 90. Okay. Yeah, see? Totally. Rob Moore. All right, guys, listen, I gotta go. Thank you, Soldier, for bringing that up. It's a touching story, man. It's real. Every word of it's real. I want you to know that. Every word of the story. It goes into a place, if you didn't see it, it goes into places that you have no idea to expect. It's a great story. Like I said in the video, my whole life, it's a funny story. But while I was telling it during this, for some reason, it hit me. It hit me hard, and I started crying. So you get to see that. Whatever. I'm still tough. Okay. Guys, listen, have a great rest of the night. I thank all of you for being here. And I got shit to do tomorrow, but I'll be around. Beanbaggers, tomorrow's a big night. We got our classic game rewatch party. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, the old milk thumb action. Okay, go ahead and do that. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's the only way we can grow. And if you want to join the Stream Beaners, the button's right below the video. And the Beanbagger access link is in the description to this video. Come on in, man. It's a great time. It's a great group of people in there, and you'll enjoy it, I promise. With that said, everybody have a great night. I'll see you next time.
I think he's going to be day one, a violent vertical edge setter.